they call a person who writes books? No, I'm telling you. No, say Stephanie, author. Arthur was the King of England who pulled the sword. I don't do that. I'm an author. And I ask you that question for a very special reason. Because the very first time I ever went to speak to young people was many, many years ago in a school in Liverpool. And I walked in there expecting them to give me young people just like you. Tall, strong, handsome men. And willowy, beautiful ladies. And do you know what they gave me? Do you know what they gave me? The kindergarten. That's what they gave me. They gave me all these little squidgy kids about this big. They all had little school uniforms on. And no teeth in the front. And they all came. Yeah. And then they put them in this assembly hall. It was like about the size of Boston with a roof. And there were about 10 squillion of these midgets all sitting cross-legged. And then the principal came in to introduce me. But in my country, we don't say principal. Do you know what we say? Headmaster. Headmaster. Same as a principal, but he's slightly more evil. This is a proper old-fashioned headmaster. And he said, "Good afternoon, children." This is Mr. Jacques. And Mr. Jacques writes books. Now, what do we call a person who writes books? And well, these little kids, none of them knew the word author. They all sit there like that. The headmaster was getting very upset by that. So he said, come on now. You all know. What do we call a person who writes books? And the kids go, a bookie. So then I knew they didn't know the word author. So the only little tots got up and so I said, I give them a good help. I said, the word begins with awe. You know the way you teach the little ones to spell? You know, A is for apple, B is for bus, K is for cat. I thought, they'll know this. Awe. The word begins with awe. And little girl was on the front, broke down in tears. He's an orphan. Well, I am today a best-selling international orphan. Now, a lot of kids will say to me, Mr. Jacques. Well, that's my name over here. I'm not Brian Jacques, I'm Mr. Jacques. Except when I'm down by Mexico and then I'm meet the Jacques. That's great, that, isn't it? So, a lot of kids say to me, when did you first decide to become an author? And there's no answer to that question. It's like saying, when did you first decide to become a kid? You see? But you've got to answer. You've got to give children an answer. So I always say, oh yes, I can remember the very day. I remember jumping out of bed that morning. Aha! Today I shall become an author. I will author and $10 squillion for me! Now it doesn't happen like that. You know the question they should have asked? The question they should have asked was how? How do you become an author? And I can tell, does anybody here like to be an author? Oh, we've got a few authors here. There are a few authors, yeah, and I'll tell you how to become an author. In one easy sentence. Right? And it's this. If you want to be an author, you must learn, think about this, you must learn to paint pictures with words. If you can paint pictures with words, you're an author. Right? He uses paints, pastels, acrylics, these little brushes, and he gives us a picture we can see. You see? And the man who does this, he paints pictures with words. You see? Now, to do this, you must have a special quality to be an author. All authors need one thing. What's that? And don't you say a pencil. What does an author need? An author needs...
Words.
No, it needs words, yeah.
Imagination.
Ah. Good girl. What's your name?
Talia.
Talia. That was my name when I was a little girl. My mother had 3 children, you know, one of each. Anyhow. Yeah, that's what you need. If you wish to become an author, you need a very, very good imagination. You wish to be an author. You were worried then, weren't you? What's this big baldy idiot going to do to me? Do not worry, sir. You may not know it, but this is my special author's wig. And what a wonderful thing the imagination is. God gives us each an imagination. And He gives us each a separate imagination. And it's your imagination. And nobody can interfere with it. It's your special imagination. And it's a marvellous gift. And in your imagination, you can be any place, at any time, anywhere. Yeah? You can. Oh yeah. And I know that young people, your age, who go to school, I know they use their imaginations, don't you? Yes, Brian, don't you? Yes. Thank you. I know they do. Because I've been in schools all over the world. And I can walk into a school, and I can go into a classroom, right in the middle of a lesson, and I can pick out that child who's using his imagination. There he is, right there. Remember that in school, and the teacher's voice is coming from 5 trillion miles away, coming down your ear going, you're like that.
Wish I was home watching TV. Cause Bugs Bunny be on that. I like Bugs Bunny.
Anyhow, I use my imagination to be an author. I had to. Do you know why? Because I was sick as everything else. I was sick. And I love coming to America, you know. Seeing look at this beautiful library. And your wonderful schools. Marvellous teachers. Beautiful facilities. Oh! You should have seen where I went to school, buddy. Yeah. Down by the Docklands in Liverpool. Kirkdale, Liverpool Forum. A dirty little school called St. John's School for the totally bewildered.